Hey guys, what's going on and welcome back to another Minecraft video. It's DuConRed1 and I'm going to be doing a gypsy camp today, and hopefully we'll be able to make something pretty cool by the end product. So the idea is I want to have several tents up on the mountainside here, and I want to have maybe one or two over on this side as well, plus some carriages and a campfire and maybe a little like marketplace that travelers can come along. The idea is that the camp will be on both sides of the road. What we're going to be doing is manipulating the terrain a little bit to fit what we need, meaning bringing this terrain bit up, flattening that out a little bit, bringing this up a little bit and such, and we're going to make it look pretty good. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and time-lapse that really quick while I'm changing the terrain up, and then I'll be right back. Alrighty guys, there we go. I went ahead and finished the terrain, just got it a little manipulated a little bit so that it would fit our needs a little bit more. The idea is we're gonna have a cart here, maybe here as well. So I'm thinking 2 carts, and then we're gonna have a tent there. Maybe this whole part being a tent, and then a tent here and there, so that way we have some room here for like a campfire or something. Not quite sure how that's going to turn out. It's just that's the idea right now, and I hope it will turn out pretty good. I'm pretty positive about it. I think it'll work out. So let's see here. First of all, what we're gonna need to do is come up with a tent design, and I will be right back and we'll get started. Alrighty guys, so starting off, I'm going to build a large tent here. This is where the leader of the camp would be, and we're just going to go ahead and make a tall sort of V-frame is what I call it, for the leader to stay. I think that's tall enough right there, and we're going to build back down to the same area, which is down here. The blocks will be cooperative. There we go. We're going to go up 2. And then we're gonna go up 3 like that, and then down like that. And then I think that that will be our tent design, just like so. I hope that this will work out. I think that this will be a good design, but there is no promises. There's no promise, because I'm going again from no prior design. I'm trying to build completely impromptu so that again you guys can enjoy what happens, like how do I get from point A to point B. So there we go. Now what we need to do is go ahead and get the tent all fancy looking. So we need to cover in all of this stuff just like that, and we need to make it look like a we need to make it look like it's actually like flowy, should I say. So I'm going to go ahead and time-lapse this really quick as I'm filling in these spots, and then we'll come back and show you what we've done. Alrighty guys, there we go. I went ahead and came up with a basic kind of shape to the command tent here. I added the ropes to make it a little more taut, as in a little more, you know, tight, I guess. And I think that that works out pretty good. Just gonna add in a little bit of dirt around here to make it look a little bit better. Just gonna work on that. I wanted to make it more fantasy. Some people really like to have a little bit of fantasy in the builds, and so why not add a little bit of fantasy into it? So another thing what I'm going to do is stripe some acacia into this so that it looks a little bit more, a little nicer, I guess. And I want to try to get more of this red into it. I don't like that red. That red's a little too much for me. So what we're going to do is change out that red with the acacia, and maybe this will turn out pretty good. Hopefully, that's the idea at least. And let's go ahead and change all of that over, and it looks pretty good, I think, having it like that. Now we can also do this to make it a little bit more soft as far as the, you know, that slant is concerned. And then I want to add more color to it. So what if we do this, like the stripe up? We just go ahead and do this. I think that that'll look pretty good, and we'll do that pretty quickly. My goodness. We got some pretty bad lag tonight, so I apologize for the delays. It's really nothing I can do about that. That's what happens when you're on a server, is the server likes to lag. So let's go ahead and put that there, and put that back. All right, and let's go ahead and change all these over, and that changed the white, which actually doesn't look too bad. The black and the white together looks pretty good. And even that up there looks pretty good. We can actually, that gives me a great idea. What if we incorporate more Oriental into this? That is a really interesting idea. Yeah, what if we do that? Let's try this really quick. I think it's that. What is the Oriental? I think it's the nether brick, actually. And let's go ahead and change that back. And I think it's the nether brick, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, that's it. However, it changes that up there, which doesn't work for me. So, unfortunately, we aren't going to be able to deal with that, but that's just going to have to be as it is. Now what we're going to do is just do this down the side like that. And then we're going to do the same thing here, make it look pretty nice, all the way down to the bottom. That way we have two stripes of red, and that'll really make it stand out a good bit. And I actually really like how that looks, at least right now. And then what we're going to do is add in some stairs to it. Let's find where those acacia stairs are. There they are, right there. And we're gonna do this, just like that. I'm gonna do it there too, might as well. We're just gonna do this all the way down. Looks a lot better, I think. So there we go. Now we have two stripes of red, and we have this, the gray I think is a little offsetting. I think that there should be more white in there. So let's try to put in some more white. And I'm gonna use the clay block as that white block, because I think the clay block works pretty well when it comes to tint. You know, it's kind of that grungy look in a way, and I think it works as long as you put it in correctly and you have enough of it. I think that this might work, and we could even use some more of this quartz block to really blend it all together. I'm gonna go ahead and do this really quick, and then I'll be back and we can continue. Okay, well there we go. We got ourselves a nice pretty tent. However, I'm not quite sure what I like, or if I like this little bit up here. It's a little bit too much for my taste. So what I'm going to try is making it more like this, I guess. Even that looks a little too much. I don't know. It's mainly because of this right there, that fence gate. So what if we just did this instead? Let's go ahead and change this to acacia wood. I think that that might, actually even that would work. I'm actually thinking I'm going to add more of these into it. I totally forgot about this specific design there. But that looks pretty good. And then we can even do this to make it look a little bit more supported. And then on top of that, we can add in some things like that. Because we want this to be a fairly ornamental kind of tent, and we want to make it look really, really nice. So that's not too bad. I kind of like that. It has a nice look to it, a nice flavor. And then on the inside, I'm not quite sure what I plan to do with that, but we're gonna do that later. I'm gonna do that off camera actually, because doing interiors is a lot more tedious. So now what I want to do is add in some more tents, and the idea is I want to add in more along that same style, and we're just gonna do this. So right up here, let's see, how big do I want it to be? I think that that might be a good size right there. We'll go ahead and make the door there, the way in, and then this will be like that all the way around, and then we'll have to have another tent right here. Alright, so we're gonna go up a little bit, just like that. We want to make sure we have plenty of room, and then we want to add in a skirt of I'd say spruce. Spruce is a good contrast block with this, and I'm gonna say like this. Something's telling me no. I'm gonna try to remember this design I had come up with, or that somebody else, I forget. Oh, how did that design go? I'm gonna be right back, guys. I need to check something, and I'll be right back, and we'll finish this tent design. Okay, so now I know exactly what I want to do. Well, not exactly, but I know the general idea of what I want to do. I was contemplating on, what am I doing? What is going on? And finally, now I realize what I needed to do in order to make this how I want it to look like. Alright. Very nice. Alrighty, so that is that tent there. There's still some more details we can add around, like even a little bit more detail up here, just like little, just a little something like that. Adds a little neat thing to make it look a little bit better. We'll be adding in also more details on it. What I'm going to do now is time-lapse building this tent, and then I'm gonna cut the camera and bring in some carts that I had designed beforehand, bring those into here, and then we're gonna finish up the camp and get that all squared away. So I will be right back. Alrighty guys, I know we skipped a good bit as far as we did a lot of time lapsing, but we wanted to get this gypsy camp as much done as possible, and I think it's turned out pretty good. I added a bunch of small tents. I added 5 small tents around. We finished up this here, and I also added in my carts around. Now this design is done by Mr. Beep. He is another good builder that he had a design over on the design plots. And then I added in these carts as well, because obviously they need a lot of storage for all this cloth and all the tent pieces and such. And so I had 2 carts around. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add a campfire around there. On off camera, I'm going to do a lot of stuff like the interiors to the tents and such. But on camera, we're going to go ahead and do this little campfire and such. I'm going to make it so that they're sitting around a campfire, you know, a roast pig or something. That's what they're doing. So let's go ahead and I think what we're going to do is, actually, what did I just do? We're going to do this. I'm going to build the coal down here. Make sure that that's burning, and then we're going to grab some half slabs, and we're going to do this all the way around just like so. So that way, we don't want it to be completely like that, just like that. And then we want to surround it like that. We want some gravel. So let's grab some gravel and let's do this, and then surround that in this dirt so we don't get any grass around there. And let's do fire, and then that is that. And we want to make sure that we want some gravel around this. There we go, that's what we want. We don't want it all gravel, just a good bit of gravel. And we're just gonna do that around just to make sure that it looks pretty nice, you know, has a good bit of stone around it, and I like that. So now it's time to add in this roast pig, and the roast pig is going to go right here. We're just gonna have to do that because that's just how it works. So there we go. And now the roast pig is gonna go right over this fireplace. There is a pig farmer in this. Oh my goodness, seriously? That's funny. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and make this into a roast pig. So let's grab that meat and do that and do that. And then voila, there we go. We got ourselves a piggy, a piglet. And then we want to make a table next to it. So this is where the buffet stuff would be. Obviously, you know, when you're at a pig roast like this, there would be a kind of a you know, serve yourself kind of thing going on. And so there we go, we got ourselves some tables, and then we're gonna go ahead and put some meat on this table, and we want to grab a barrel and some meat. So actually, no, we can't do that, so we're gonna have to do this. We're gonna do it this way. Let's go ahead and there we go. So that can be some kind of snack they can eat there, and then we're gonna do this. So that'll be plates of food, so they can just grab whatever they want. And then we're gonna go ahead and place a barrel of mead on this one here. And there we go. And then over top of that, we're gonna go ahead and place a thingamagummy like that and like that. So there we go. Looks like that there's some sort of thing going on here, and we're gonna add some seats around now. So I think spruce and jungle wood work out pretty well, so we're just gonna add seats around just kind of randomly. There's really no order to this. It's just kind of add it wherever you see fit, and it works out that way. You don't really want it to be really organized because it kind of loses the sort of you know, communal atmosphere. You know, you want it to be very disorganized, just, you know, a lot of people having fun. That's pretty much what you want to do. So there we go, and some firewood around would be nice. So let's go ahead and put some firewood right here. I think that this will be the right biome, and it's not, but that doesn't matter, I guess. We can just change it. I don't think it's gonna mess with anything. Oh, come on. Thought I had the biome cycler in mind. There we go. So some firewood there, and I think the rest of the details we can just kind of add around as time goes by, but maybe add a couple backs to the seats. So like a back to that seat there, back to this seat, and let's add it back to this seat. I think that'll do just fine. And then we can go ahead and put some kind of small table here, like as if that this is where the actual cook is, and he's preparing the meat. And I guess like a little knife of sorts here to look like that, and some blood like he's cutting the meat. Okay, so that's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that sort of little campsite. It's kind of blocking the road, but they can just move the chairs in. If another cart's coming through, they can just move the chairs in, the cart can come through and such. I really like the idea that it's kind of along the road. This is more or less like a nomadic tribe that's coming through, and they set up their tents every so often, and like this is one of their spots that they set up. But I'm going to add a campsite up here, and I'm going to add in a bunch more things, like a place for the horses over here, most likely. Trees and details and grass all along this area, and I'm going to bring it all in together, and I'll be right back, and we'll go ahead and finish off this video. But I hope you guys are enjoying so far and are learning something. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this, so see you guys soon. Okay guys, so I went ahead and finished it up, and I think it looks pretty good now. I added some trees, I added some details, and overall it really started to pan out. So I'm just going to go over and show you what I've done, go inside the tent, and also this is the Kaidashi Traveling Merchants. It's a merchant kind of gypsy caravan kind of thing, so they're sort of a nomadic people, and they just go around, and this is their like main tent where the main merchant would do his business, and it's like really grand inside. That's the idea, and I'm going sort of fantasy here, so don't really think medieval. I really like to add in a hint of fantasy, and I really think that this cuts it. This is fantasy. But anyways, you come in here, this is where the Lord Merchant would be, and he would sell the goods to whoever would want to buy things, and then the rest of the people kind of just do their thing, do their daily jobs, and like maybe they have chickens and they gotta tend to the chickens, they gotta tend to the horses. We got a Fletcher over here because obviously there would have to be some kind of defense, and so they have some bows, and so he's making some arrows or something. And then over here we got another little campfire, like they're doing something over here, and you know, so on and so forth. That's just the idea. Now this tent here is their storage tent. This is where they have the majority of their supplies, and so in these crates you can think of all the different oriental and far-reaching, you know, things that, you know, you wouldn't find in these lands, but from far away, like perfumes and spices and certain things of that nature. Well, that's what they would be carrying around. Then they got some meat in here also, because obviously the travelers would be very hungry. And then you come in here. This is the place where the commanding merchant, the big guy, this is where he sleeps right here. You know what I just thought? It would be a really cool idea to add an owl, because maybe he is he likes his owl. So let's just go ahead. Actually, what I'm gonna do is put the owl over here with him in the tent. But where should I put him? I'm gonna put him right here. I think, not right there. How about right there? Right there is a good spot. And we can go ahead and make this our owl. We're gonna go ahead and just go through. Right now it's a duck. Let's get an owl. There we go. That's pretty oriental and exotic. I think that'd be pretty cool, having an owl there in the corner. Lovely. Alrighty, so that is another cool thing. Little details here and there that I think are neat to add in. But yeah, that's the idea. This is a nomadic gypsy caravan merchant camp thing that we just built, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's on the main road that leads down to Campground. And you'll find, if you go through my channel, through my time lapses and cinematics and stuff, you'll find out what Campground is, because by the time this is uploaded, you'll probably see that already. But anyways, this here is the main road, and it goes all the way up and all the way down, and and they got to go right through this nomadic merchant camp. in order to go down the main road. So they might just stop by and buy a few things, which is the general idea. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it wasn't too long, and I hope that you guys were able to catch on pretty well. Again, thank you for watching. Don't forget that I have a Facebook and a Twitter that you guys can follow me on and stay connected with me. I try to post updates over there, and I try to keep you guys updated and really like to stay connected with you guys. If you have any questions, or and also answer my questions over there. I ask questions and I try to get a lot of answers, like details and little things here and there that people would like to see, etc. So yeah, if I ask a question over on Facebook or Twitter, answer it. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Till then, bye-bye.